Hello and welcome back to Four Generations Outdoors. My name's Chris Wilson. One thing that I really want to get accomplished with this channel is, really promoting the outdoors to young people, passing the passion of the outdoors to them. So one way I thought, I could do that is, sharing the story of my first buck, which was a catalyst to my passion for the outdoors. The year was 2002, 14 years old at the time. My third year hunting rifle, and I was hunting the big woods of Pennsylvania, Allegheny National Forest with my grandfather. It was the first Saturday of the Pennsylvania rifle season. Back then, of course, if you're familiar with Pennsylvania hunting and the history, back then we started on a Monday, not a Saturday like we do now, but this was the first Saturday following that first Monday. And like any good hunter, Grandpa had a plan heading into the woods on what we were going to do. I remember it like it was yesterday. Got in there at first light. We had about half mile to 3/4 of a mile hike through this clear cut where a bunch of saplings had grown up. You can't really see in there at the time. It's getting much clearer now, but so we get through the clear cut, and our plan was to creep to the edge of the hilltop. On this trail, it kind of goes out on top of a hilltop all the way out, really a mountain. But anyhow, at its widest part on top, you got 100, maybe 150 yards at its widest point. The smallest point's probably about 50 yards. But what we were going to do is walk that hilltop. Every once in a while, look down over the edge onto these benches. And if you've ever been in the big woods of Pennsylvania, you realize there's benches in our hills. So what happens is you got the top of your hill comes down, then it kind of flattens out. You'll get another steep drop, it'll flatten out again. Another steep drop, flatten out again. So those are what's called benches. We got to it was about the third or fourth time. We turned off to our left and crept over to the edge of the hill to look down on these benches. And we saw a deer moving from left to right. And these deer, the very first one I saw was a buck. Ended up being the buck that I took. I'm not sure what the other deer was. I didn't care at the time, right? My first buck I had in my scope, I was going to take it. So I took my time, didn't have a whole lot of time, but I took what time I had, posted up on a tree, took the shot down through the woods, about 130 yards probably. Ended up double lunging it, and after that, went down, got some pictures. I'll show you the pictures. Got the deer home. Really something that really excited me. Really, like I said, it was a big catalyst to my outdoors experience. After that experience, I'm just very appreciative of my grandfather and my father for taking the time to take me out hunting. I killed my first deer, a doe, with my father. I really, really enjoy the outdoors, and it's so important to try to get our young members of society interested in this, so that they can be interested in conservation. The more they love it, the more they're going to want to preserve it, right? So this is Still have the rack to this day. The 5-point that I took with my grandfather, my first buck. The next year I took a 6-point hunting with him. Some of the greatest memories I have of my hunting career, right? But this dusty old rack holds a lot of memories and, very vivid in my mind still, 22 years later. It is our responsibility as outdoorsmen to pass on a passion and conservation mindset to the next generation. It's about helping those that came after us to make a connection with God and our ancestral past through the outdoors. It is, after all, one of the few commonalities we still share with our ancestors. While the technology has advanced, we still walk the same woods, encounter and hunt the same animals. While a lot has changed, so much has remained the same. We teach conservation to preserve the future of something we will always love, and something that will always be bigger than us. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in to 4 Generations Outdoors, and don't forget, take a kid hunting. Like and subscribe. All you have to do is open the YouTube app, search 4 Generations Outdoors. Click on the channel, hit subscribe. Hit subscribe down arrow, select all, and you'll get notifications when we post.